what's going on, guys? So today, welcome back again in the Joan Sagala podcast. Okay, little bit enjoy time for us because we're gonna looking back. Okay, this is the new session, and I think this is kind of like the new type of my video. Okay, we see a little bit refresh for us. Okay, a little bit enjoy moment for us to looking back. What's the bodybuilder the best mandatory bodybuilder look like back in the 18s, in the 19s, or maybe we can see the modern bodybuilder physiques. Okay, because this is just a little bit of time, and let's get into it, what we can learning and what we can get so much impressive about the physiques of all of the bodybuilders and competitors. So let's see. Today I wanna watch the Shawn Ray, okay, Shawn Ray physiques back when he was in the peak, back when he was compete at maybe on the national or anything else, I don't know, but just a little bit time enjoy. And I watched this from RX Muscle video, Dave Palumbo and Chris Acito, look back in the 18s and 19s bodybuilder, I think. So let's watch the Shawn Ray session and really looking forward. Okay, so let's go.
Let's go to 87 where your favorite competitor, Shawn Ray, won the light heavyweight and the overall. I think he was one of the youngest guys ever to do that at the time. What was he, like 19, 20 years old?
No, I have the record. Don't let Shawn tell you. Cody Montgomery, when I prep Cody, has the record for the youngest.
Look at
I think
Shawn
20. Another reason
man.
Shawn probably don't
I mean,
like me. We shattered him out of the record books.
How
I
the
think Shawn was
can
21.
look like this? I mean,
Cody was 20.
really
Cody won the
massive,
nationals.
really impressive.
And that was held.
Okay. The conditioning, the really balanced physiques, how beautiful the body is, okay, of Shawn Ray. Man, I think no one can catch up his conditioning, okay, if we're talking about the bodybuilder right now, but it's not really, you have to make it debate on who is look the best, the bodybuilders right now and back in the 80s, in the 90s. It's not about that, okay, this video it's not about that, okay, but just watch the Shawn Ray when he was compete and when he was at the peak, and yeah, let's start enjoy it. Okay, so let's continue to watch the Shawn Ray, okay, and what's Dave Palumbo and Chris Acito opinion on Shawn Ray.
Atlantic City. That was an unbelievable contest with tremendous amount of depth.
How dominant was that victory?
I stayed at I think the Trump Marina, which has gone bankrupt since then. But it was held at the Atlantic City, whatever, it's right there on the boardwalk, the convention center.
Right. How dominant was that victory from Shawn Ray?
It was dominant, and it was dominant in this class, and the class had an enormous amount of depth. I can tell you, everyone who was in that class, and the class up, the heavies was incredible, and the middles was incredible. So he beat out who's the freaky guy?
Phil Hill.
No, the blonde myth.
Oh, Vince Comerford.
Vince Comerford won the middles. Who I've worked with. Probably like if he was up now, I wouldn't even get a chance. He'd be like straight over to Kuwait or something. But that was like how many years ago? And then so Shawn wins. He beats like a crazy amount of good bodybuilders.
Awesome, right? Come on. If we heard before, Shawn Ray was 21, I think, or 20 or 21 years old, and he was competing and he was on the peak. He really had tremendously mind-blowing physiques. The conditioning, it's not the games, it's really insane. The size and the symmetry, the shape, the muscle maturity, the detail. How really good and how really beautiful Shawn Ray will looking back in the 18s and 19s NPC national champion, okay? And he was dominant. He really dominant, like Acito said, okay? He was dominant in 21 years old and standing up with the freaky guys, almost the freaky guys. He was standing with Vince Taylor, JJ Mania, I think, Jim Quinn, and all of the 18s bodybuilder, I think, okay? Shawn Ray was compete at the era, and he looked like that. I think this is the best, okay? Beautiful physics of Shawn Ray, okay?
Daryl Stafford second, J.J. Marsh third, Vince Taylor
Daryl
fourth.
Stafford was incredible. He had won the USA that year's class. He looked incredible. J.J. Marsh was phenomenal. Was Vince Taylor in that class?
Fourth place, Vince Taylor.
Vince Taylor switches over from NABRA for that class. He looked phenomenal. But Shawn waxed them all. And probably Shawn's best posing routine. One of the better combinations of everything.
I can agree with
Shawn never
all
had
of the
a wide waist. He never had a wide waist. He never had any midsection issues, but he was so young at 21 that his midsection looked like so fresh. His muscles looked so, youthful yet dense and mature at the same time. If you go back and look at pictures of Shawn from when he won that show, you're just baffled that he's 21 years old.
Yeah. Victor Terra was in that class as well, 9th place.
Yes, I remember Victor at that show. He's holding some water, I think.
Because he could have definitely been a great star. I don't know.
I'm really 100% agree, okay? He really dominant at 21 years old and really beat a lot of the among of the good bodybuilders back then, okay, back the time. Yeah, I think that's really awesome things I can heard about the Shawn Ray, and this is like impressed me, okay? Even we all know Shawn Ray, he's really love to talking trash, okay, but really love to talking trash with bodybuilding right now, all of the bodybuilder right now, okay? He always say the bodybuilder right now it's not really good, or just playing the size games and all of the bad things, okay? But when we see back the Shawn Ray champions, when we see the Shawn Ray back in the 18s and 19s, when he was compete and when he was at the peak of Shawn Ray, we can learn something, okay? And we can see how beautiful Shawn Ray he is. Not just like beautiful, but all of what he can achieve with in the bodybuilding his entire career, okay? And this is like really most shock and most impressive for me to Shawn Ray. Yeah, I'm really agree because he really show he can beat another guy who really big guy among of the good bodybuilders like a Vince Taylor, JJ Mars, and like Dave Palumbo and Chris Azito said. This video I'm just want to tribute to make some honor from me to Shawn Ray because I love Shawn Ray and I love when he was back in the 18s and 19s and what he can achieve, okay? And I can learning something new about the Shawn Ray. And yeah, thank you so much. This is just what I wanted to video making about. So yeah guys, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you like this video and can learn something. Not only me, but you all can learn something, okay? Thank you so much for watching. May God bless you all.